Hey, it's Bruce on Spirit Life. This summer, my nephew Gregory told me a testimony of one of the most profound words of knowledge that I've ever heard. Check it out.
Somebody ought to have a testimony. Somebody ought to stand on their feet and testify. Testify. Testify.
Are you ready to testify?
Hey, it's Gregory on Spirit Life and my praying mantis. When I was about 9 years old, I was coloring on right beside our window, and I was looking out and just thinking about God. And this was at a time when I was really on fire and was trying purposefully to listen to the Holy Spirit and basically letting God know that I'm here to obey Him. And I felt God in my spirit tell me that there was a 7-year-old named Hunter who I was supposed to give all of my toys to. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I wrote it in my diary and put it up and, forgot about it. And I told my mom. And then, 2 years later, we were moving out of our house, and we had a yard sale. And we were basically going to, sell all of our stuff, put it all out on the flea market. And we were almost done, had sold just about everything except for my toys. That was the last thing that was left. I had that thought in mind of, remembering what God had told me. So I was waiting. I was holding on to my toys for as long as I could just to see if God was going to move. And right as we were packing up, this little boy who I could tell had I think autism or some sort of mental illness. He walks up with his mom and starts checking out my toys and wanting to get them. And I was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And his mom answers, "Oh, his name is Hunter." I was like, "Oh, wow. How old are you?" And he was like, "I'm 10." She's like, "No, you're 7." I was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "Ma'am," I was like, "I feel like I'm supposed to give these toys to Hunter because God told me to." And I handed it over to him, and I told him he could have them, and he started bursting. He cried. I mean, he was, he got really emotional, and you could tell he doesn't understand most situations, but he knew what I was doing. And his mom started crying, and you could tell it meant a whole lot to them. Even like the little things like a little bag of Hot Wheels meant the world to him. And at that young of an age, that made a big impact on me that kind of set the base for my walk with Jesus. I've used that example to kind of ground my relationship with God and my belief because, most people don't have that physical evidence of what to believe. They're just told to believe it, and they just trust in Jesus. But I still remember that and still tell people that because, I like seeing encouragement come into people's lives when they hear young people having these experiences and young people understanding that they can do that too, and it's not just adults. Like kids are just as capable of receiving from the Holy Spirit and obeying God as adults, and I really like to encourage kids to do that. Like, subscribe to Spirit Life, and shout out to Bruce. Comment, love, no hate.